So I'm Tony Wooten, Chief Revenue Officer for SensaPay. I am in charge of all revenue functions for the organization and tasked with growing a team. Got here, there was a team already in place, but my job is really to expand the go-to-market capability and scale it wildly. So what we've done in the past is, really built on, one brick at a time. I'm trying to bring in thousands of bricks at a time, lots of them, and exponentially grow. And obviously, when you're a company that's at 5 million, you're very different than 10, very different than 20,
Hmm.
and certainly very different than 100. But we're trying to create, processes that get us to that kind of trajectory.
Love it.
Uh, but yeah, me personally, I manage sales teams, build sales teams, and focus on creating channel opportunities. So outside of the realm of what you guys do for us, we have distribution partnerships, so what I would call one-to-many, whereas
Hmm.
this strategy is really focused on one-to-one. It is a feet on the street kind of gig, and it's a feet on the street kind of gig for anyone that's selling our stuff.
Yeah,
But we have our own team, our own direct team, and we'll be strategic about how we do that. And then we have resellers that have sort of their own verticals that they focus on.
very cool. What was recruiting and building the sales team like before working with us?
I would say it was a very organic process, and opportunistic, uh, in that we didn't really have a great system in place. As if the CEO met somebody, he'd hire them. If an agent met somebody, we'd hire them.
Yeah,
There wasn't, I wouldn't say that there was a true system in place. We did use you guys for a period of time. I think it was like 3 months
yeah,
when the CEO moved to we were in the Bay and then he moved down to LA.
yeah.
And when he first started here, I think that was, he didn't have any personal contacts here, so he was looking for resources, and that's when we started using you guys.
Oh yeah, so you guys, yeah, he ran the service a while back and you guys re-signed up again in the last
Yeah.
6 months or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I was looking at different options and I'm like, this one looks fine. Like, let's
yeah,
do it. These guys are great.
yeah, yeah. So what have results been like since working with us?
It's been good. I don't have a benchmark necessarily, but I'm pleased with at least the component parts that you guys provide.
Yeah,
Very pleased. Again, it takes a lot off my plate. It saves me a ton of time. And it's a little more systemic than what you'd see in terms of interviewing ones and twos all the time.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, Having the group interview process is one part of it, but just getting people to the group interview
yeah,
process is a task. I had Indeed posts up there and it was like, oh my God, we have like 300 applicants. Like, how the
yeah,
hell am I going to get in touch
yeah,
with 300 applicants and I can't interview all these people?
yeah,
Um, but when you break it up into those group meetings, it makes it a little easier.
yeah,
And then you see people drop off, which is great because I'd rather that they got the spiel from me in that group interview
yeah,
and then I tried it naturally so I didn't have to interview them and they go, "What? This is not something I want."
yeah,
That's just a waste of my time and a waste of theirs. So I like that, but again, it's the engine behind it, what you guys
yeah.
do that's really helped facilitate that.
Yeah. So the process is getting you the volume and saving you the time pretty much. How many reps like monthly on average are you guys signing up?
On Gosh, how long have we been working with you guys? 2 months?
I guess for the per this new agreement, yes.
Yeah. So we brought on roughly 30 reps.
Cool.
So, we've been, the challenge, I'm sure that you run into this with a lot of clients, but we're a
Yeah.
1099
Yeah.
scenario. A lot of
Volume
people
game.
expect that, oh, it's an agent came in and they're going to pay me.
Yeah.
And, the second I see that, I start seeing names drop off the conference call list, which is fine. It's like, listen, I don't need to discuss with you what a 1099 is anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we brought on, like I said, we brought on 30. There is some attrition that's already occurred in that group. Let's say 10%, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
There probably will be more, so it's sort of
Yeah.
a replacement game, but trying to get ahead of that attrition curve.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're in the middle of working with you guys to build out your onboarding structure, SensaPay University and Rep Coach AI and all sorts of cool stuff, which will save you more time on the onboarding side, which will be great.
Oh my
Excited.
God. Absolutely. Just
Yeah.
the rep coach alone. Like
Yeah.
I've role play before and I was the guy, I was like the final boss. Like you did it with your
Nightmare.
teacher and then you go, now you're gonna do a role play with Tony. It's like, oh dude. And I'd have to sit there and write notes down. It could be an hour, it could be half an hour of my time.
with one
Uh,
person, let alone 30.
and it's not a scalable
Yeah.
model, and that is very much one to one. If I have a team of, if we have a team of 60 people and I'm doing role play with all of them, I'm gonna blow my brain. It's too much time.
Yeah.
And what I loved about it, the rep coach in particular, is, that it is sort of it's responding to the way that you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Um, it is as close to real as you can
Yeah.
get, and they can just be repetitive about it. And you can do that across the organization. Just say, everybody go do, you know, 10 10 different role plays today, and then we'll talk
Yeah.
about it tomorrow, talk about your results tomorrow. Instead of saying, you couldn't say that to his team of 60
Yeah.
and actually pull it off, because
Yeah.
who the hell is going to do it? And not only that, it's consistent. Whereas I know, I have three what I call master agents that manage certain territories. And I
Hmm.
know that I'm getting three different types of training. And the modules that you guys are
True.
creating are just going to make it more consistent. And again, like I said, I'm trying to think of everything 100x. How do I do this
Yeah.
100 times without making it any harder than doing it once?
Love it. It's the right way to think about it. What's exceeded your expectations, if anything at all, since working with us?
I think your responsiveness has been really good. If there's any ever a question or a challenge, I get a response really quick. Someone's jumping on it. And I think your customer support is excellent.
Awesome.
Uh, the system is very simple. It's very intuitive,
Yeah.
and it's not something I have to learn the process. I mean, there are a couple steps to getting a call set up and
Yeah.
and running. It takes a few times to iterate on your pitch and make sure that it's clean. The first time I did it, I don't know, I always hate talking from PowerPoint presentations. I'd rather
Yeah.
just talk, but fine tuning that so there was more of a flow to it, as opposed to, and here we are on the next page. That's a
Yeah.
totally different topic.
Yeah.
Uh, so fine tuning that was a significant step as well. But it's been very positive experience.
Love it. Love it. A couple more questions. How are you guys thinking about growth now, since understanding the kind of volume that you can recruit? And, obviously you're looking for, thinking about things in terms of 100x. So are you guys more excited about growth and more confident about growth, considering what we can help you do?
Yeah, I think it makes it a lot less of a daunting task.
Yeah.
If you're moving into a new territory, it's like, oh my God, we're going to have to plant people there for months to recruit whole teams of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with this system in place, again, I'll use that 100x again. If let's say I'm going to recruit in 20 different cities, I
Hmm.
can't be in 20 different cities.
Yeah.
So this process, doing the video and interviews and really culling the herd before we even get down to the one-on-one interviews is very helpful.
Very
But I
cool.
would say, our view on growth is, with a system in place, I think we could be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah. 100%. Last question, Tony. What would you say to somebody considering to work with us?
Do it.
Easy,
That
huh?
simple as that. I mean, do it. I would say, if you're trying to scale an organization, you're trying to do it with, as little effort and cost as possible
Yeah.
with the highest ROI, I would say go for it. It's a system that works and it's in place, and um, it'll alleviate a lot of time and anguish
Yeah.
that you normally spend trying to do this on your own. And actually, we want to bring someone in that's dedicated specifically to this task, but I don't know that that would supplant what you guys do.
Yeah.
You're not technically identifying those people; they're identifying themselves, but the
Yeah.
system through which they go streamlines, whoever's going to be taking this over as the recruiter.
Yeah. You'll
And,
delegate down
and I
eventually.
would, again, your question was like, what would I say to someone that's considering it? I would say absolutely, and I could give them probably 10 different reasons why.
Love it. Love it. Well, that's it, Tony. Thank you so much for your time today. Let's keep growing.
You bet,
Appreciate
man.
it.